it's obviously a very important priority for me, and it's something that I had already begun discussions with many of the folks that were here today, well before the Maclean's article happened, and that's why I think we were able to have, you know, the turnout that we had that day is just because the discussions had already begun. People knew kind of where my head was at in terms of what we needed to do. Maclean's article amplified things significantly, though, and it did put a spotlight on Winnipeg. This Indigenous advisory circle is going to be a key component to turning things into action and getting recommendations for the steps we can take.
Well, I think the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report hit the reset button on the way people look at Indigenous issues in this country. When you look at the political issues, it's easy to engage in a lot of finger pointing. But when you tie it into the horrors of the residential school era, I think everyone, regardless of where they fall on the political spectrum, acknowledge that we've got to do something. We got to move forward on this, and we got to produce results. So I'm optimistic that here in the city, that the same holds true, and that people have heard what the TRC has said and are now committed to making something happen. In terms of what we actually do, our purpose is to advise the mayor and council on what to do with respect to Indigenous peoples. But in terms of what we're going to act on, the TRC report has at least 4 areas of priority that the city should be acting on. There's implementing the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. There's commemoration, there's educating city staff on Indigenous culture and contemporary issues, and then there's the broader point of working towards economic reconciliation, creating opportunity.